I remember when you first came up on the Arnold stage because I was sitting in the press pit and I got some beautiful photos of, I was told to watch for this guy. What a great, beautiful physique. And it actually, to me, is like one of the statues we give out. It's a very beautiful piece of art. Now, you've been through a lot of surgeries, kidney transplant and whatnot.
Yep.
What's that inner motivation that kept you going?
You know what? I just my childhood was extremely difficult. So, I'm almost on like autopilot. But at the end of the day, the bigger story is everybody's been through something. Life deals everybody lemons at different flavors and strengths and everything like that. So it's really no excuse. So regardless of whatever I've been through, like I said, just a few of the things, and just suicidal. I've been suicidal since the age of 11. And even throughout my entire career where I was making millions, I'd come home and try to kill myself and stuff like that. But, there's been some dark times. But at the end of the day, I've been able to make it through all those things. And a lot of times, kids don't hear those stories. They hear all the glitz and the glamour, but they don't hear any of the grit and the gory, so they can't identify to any of that. So, I remember I come from the ghetto and, homeless at times and, living on welfare. And I remember at my high school, there was a guy, his name was Charlie Young, and evidently he played for San Francisco 49ers at one time, and he went to my high school. And here I am, ghetto, and you just, when you're in a ghetto, you really don't look beyond your block. It's just survival, and you don't dream of aspiration of becoming anything. So I just, profoundly remember that story when he came and he spoke, and like, wow, it was like an epiphany the first time I realized, like, really somebody from our area can become something. And I still didn't know what the hell I was going to become or whatever, but it just kind of planted that seed, like, wow, maybe I can do something with my life. But now I'm full circle. It's such, incredibly dark times now that we're going through just globally, everything that's going on. And I just really felt the need to start sharing my story. So even before I retired, I shared my story and stuff like that because I just wanted to reach out to, those kids or just people who've been through some times and hopefully, be able to give them a spark and give them, maybe just the ability to get through the next day and then the next day and the next day. And maybe a week just went by and now a year and a couple of years. But, sometimes when you're in dark times, you can't even see tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that was pretty much my whole story, and that's the whole reason why I went back on stage. They came up with this class, and that enabled me to be able to come back and be able to do it healthy and naturally and everything like that. But my overall goal is, like I said, I just wanted to be able to say, hey, listen, out of all the surgeries I've been through and all the things that I had to go through in life, you don't have to give up. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's just a message that some people have to hear, and it's just been an overwhelmingly depressing but experience to hear other people's stories, because when you share like that, then you open the floodgates for people to come back. And it's it's sad that some of us has been through such horrific times, but I think it's just necessary for people who've made it. So if it doesn't matter whether you're a janitor or you collect garbage or whatever, but if some kid or some person empowers you and look up to you, then you have a responsibility and you can do something with that. So I just hopefully I can empower some people just to be able to get through life. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're going to become, but just wake up the next day and just dare to dream. Just dream that you can do something, no matter how big or how small. And as that saying goes, you shoot for the star, and you shoot for the moon. At the very end, if you don't land on the moon, you land on the stars. So yeah, that's what the bigger picture is all about.
That's right. Well, that's really motivating to hear what you just said. Everybody on the stage tonight, every stage we see every weekend, the audience, everybody's got a story, so and we don't know what each one has been through.
No.
And for you to get up here and to more or less open up, and if you reach just one person per speech, that's a lot.
No, it is, because it's a ripple effect. Same thing if you throw a rock across, the lake. It's a ripple effect that happens. So that person might affect somebody, and that person might affect somebody. Now you have three people affecting people, so it can ongoing. But like I said, with everything that's going on biblically, all the the weather situations that you guys have had down here and all throughout the world, that so many lives lost, and just the BS that just happened in my home city, Las Vegas, where I live just last week. It's just, I think we need to look at the bigger picture of what's really going on here, and stop being so small-minded. It's not just a city or something like that. I won't be long, and I'll end it with this. I remember doing keynote speaking in Los Angeles, and the mayor of Los Angeles and all the big wigs were standing behind me, and it was for inner city youth, so it was predominantly black, Hispanic, and stuff like that, and I came up with this ideal. I just really wanted to spark them. It was a bunch of kids, and I just walked out and I said, hey, listen, I want everyone from my race to stand up. I want everybody from my race to stand up. I want, my race, the greatest race. God created us to be the best. I want everybody from my race to stand up and just feel empowered. So I knew it was going to happen. So, of course, all the black kids stood up and everything and started going crazy and everything. And I let it go on for it seemed like a long time, but probably about 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I can feel everybody behind me kind of getting pissed off, like, what the hell are you doing? You're right. But what I was trying to do is to provoke a response from everybody. So after, about 30 seconds, said, I'm sorry, you guys misunderstood me. I meant my race, the human race, because it's just one. So everyone who stood up, I got you. And everyone who remained, sat down, I got you also, to show the division between us, because it's only one race. And God created us all, and He created us to be the greatest race there is. So we need to stop this division and just look at a bigger picture. And, hopefully we can do that, and we cut our own backyard. We don't have to worry about somebody else's backyard, so.
You know what? 6 Arnold wins. All that is nice.
Actually,
but
it's 4.
4?
Yeah, it's
all
4.
Right.
Dexter has 6.
It doesn't matter if it's 6.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's 6 or 100.
Right.
To me, what you just said and what you're doing now is more important than any of those wins ever.
I agree. Thank you.
Keep it up.
I will.
It
I will
is
definitely.
An honor to sit here and interview you and hear this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Save some.
No, definitely. I mean, a lot of people, they see everything I've done, and even yourself, seeing everything I've done, as you say, growing up a kid, but we never know the story behind that. So I just really want to empower everybody and help everybody understand my story isn't the worst. There's some horrific stories out there. So erase that, and let's just understand we all have stories, and let's just all empower each other and make it happen. So, again, thank you. Thank you so much.
And I think one way to empower is to reach out and just say, hey, hello, my name is Pete.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. 100%. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
yep.
friend.
Yep.
Best of luck. That concludes it. What an interview. What a great guy. Not only a champion bodybuilder, but a champion human being. And hopefully, and without doubt, he'll inspire many, many people to step up, maybe save a couple of lives along the way.
As you are, continue inspiring people in what you're doing also. So
thank you very much.
Yes,
it is. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
It always is. Thank you.